Good afternoon, Ram Fam. This is Jeff Fricknick, Superintendent. Doing a little bit different video for you all today. I'd like to introduce to you our school nurse, Mrs. Abby Gregg. Welcome, Abby.
Thank you, sir. Happy to be here.
Well, thank you so much, and it's great having you. So what we're going to do here and try to do here in the near future is not only talk to Mrs. Gregg today, but also talk with some other faculty and staff members to kind of give you all out there a little bit of an education on some of the things that we do here and the reason why we do them. We are having some of those discussions in the student administrator roundtables, but this is a way to get more information out to you all and also to the family and the community. So with that, Abby, when should I go to the nurse's office or the health services for assistance?
Well, you can come to the nurse's office whenever you'd like. For students, we like to keep them in class as much as possible. They're welcome to come to us if they are bleeding profusely or having an emergency during class time, with teacher approval, of course. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, when you are throwing up, you have been sick over the weekend, and you're still not feeling well, absolutely come in. If you have a fever, we are able to check that very quickly.
Okay. So I noticed when I've been to the nurse's office, there's a computer there. When I come to the nurse's office, then what's the purpose of that computer?
Well, whenever students come in, we ask them to sign in on the computer. Skyward is pulled up, and all students have to do is type in their student ID number, and then use the little...
Then we have a record of when they came. If the doctor needs anything, we can utilize that to share that information.
That's right. We see between 75 and 85, 95 students a day, so that helps us keep records more accurately on exact times that students come in.
Okay. So just under 10% of our student body comes through the nurse's office every single day.
It is a very busy office.
Wow. Okay. So if I'm a student and I'm not feeling really well and we're kind of in between class, should I come directly to you? Should I go report to my next class peer, come to the office, or how would you suggest that we do that?
If the student is walking right by our office on the way to their next class, that's a fine time for them to stop by. However, if they're on the other side of campus, we like for them to check in with their teachers just because of the transportation time from their location to our office.
Okay, good, thank you. So, is there a time when I shouldn't come to the nurse's office if I'm not feeling well? Or excuse me, not the nurse's office, but rather to school. Mm-hmm. If I have a cold or the flu, what's the measure that we really should be staying home as opposed to coming to the school?
Well, if students have a fever or if they have been sick over the weekend, we'd like for them to just stay home if they have not been fever-free for 24 hours. Okay. They have to be fever-free, not have thrown up for 24 hours or having diarrhea for 24 hours before they come back to school. By the time they get back to school, it's harder for us to send them home. We only send them home if they have a temperature of 100 or above here at school, or if they're thrown up in our presence. Okay. So that's a lot. It's very difficult to monitor, especially with so many students coming in. Right. Yes, sir. And then as far as the other question goes, if there's a time for students not to come to our office, the nurse's office really isn't the place to get chapstick. We don't have chapstick. Okay. So that's about it.
So it needs to be about how you're feeling physically, not chapped lips or...
Correct.
But I do understand that you don't mind taking slivers out of fingers, so...
I don't mind that at all.
So if it's an irritation like that, come certainly and see you or Ms. Keelan. Okay. So there are rules regarding physicals and immunizations that come from the State Board of Education, yet the local school districts have to enforce them. Why is it important that the students and their parents make that a priority for your office?
Well, like you just said, it is state mandated, so it's out of our hands, but we're the ones who have to regulate everything. We don't like suspending students. So freshmen, we have to have an updated physical, Illinois State physical for every single freshman that comes in, as well as up-to-date immunizations. And so it's important to get those early. It needs to be a high priority. There are so many students who wait until the last minute, and health departments they just don't have the capacity to hold so many students at the same time. So we have to suspend, and it breaks our hearts just as much as it breaks yours and parents.
Right.
So
From what I understood in talking with you and Ms. Keela here a week or so ago, there's paperwork that's already going to be going out when we go out and register freshmen from the outlying schools and also District 80. They're going to get information on what requirements are for freshmen coming in. So an important thing would go ahead and get that doctor appointment now as an 8th grader.
Absolutely.
So that you're not having to be in the last moment and then, okay. So parents and students are simpler as well. So how can we cold and flu and all kinds of germs around here at school?
Anytime you go to the restroom, anytime you're going to be eating, handling food, washing hands is the number one. Another one for students is hugging and kissing in close proximity to other students. If you have a sneeze, cover it. Just basic ones that we tend to forget about in our daily rush.
Right. So really, instead of rushing to the cafeteria, if I wanted to be a little extra careful, I should stop off at the washroom on my way to lunch, wash my hands real quick, and then head in and get my lunch. And then that way, I just took a good step towards maybe not catching something that somebody else might have.
Yes.
Okay. So doorknobs and all those kinds of things, it just seems like that seems to be really where a lot of those things occur, the germs take place.
A lot of germs are there, and our custodians do a wonderful job about wiping them down. But this is a very large school, so washing hands, carrying hand sanitizer in your book bag, things like that can really minimize.
Very good. Great. So as the new year came about, it seems that there's always the resolution that people want to get healthier and all those kinds of things. And I know that you and several faculty members are now on this mission, and I'm included in that. We're trying to get a little bit more healthy, a little more exercise, watching our diet. So what are some of the things that not only our faculty and staff can do to become more healthy for 2019, but also for our students? What are some of the things that they might be able to do to be more healthy?
Well, here at school, you probably haven't even noticed, but we minimize the students using the elevators because it's important to get those extra steps and take the stairs. And so, the students who need the elevator may use it, but for the most part, teachers and students alike are encouraged to take the stairs. We're having a wellness program here at school, the Biggest Loser Challenge, where teachers are weighing in every other week. So far, over 120 pounds have been lost by teachers. So a full person already.
Right.
I'm sending out weekly updates, encouragement, because health is such an important part, and we can't take care of our students if we're not healthy ourselves.
Right. So something for the students, it's students' lifestyles are so fast, and so what about eating like fast foods and those kinds of things? The nutritional value between fast food, and not to say that they're bad places, but it just isn't as good as a meal that's prepared with fresh vegetables and meat and those types of things.
Preservatives. That's kind of the kicker. It's very important to eat a nutritious, balanced diet, and yes, for the most part, eating at home tends to be more healthy because it's less of the fried foods, the high-fat foods.
Right. So we offer breakfast here every day at school, and there seems to be quite a few people, but I've been told, but I'll ask the medical professional in the building, is breakfast the most important meal of the day?
Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. That's when your metabolism is at its highest, and it charges you for the rest of the day. It's your fuel.
Okay, so and that can really help us with our focus and everything in our classes, and then it's important to then refuel at lunchtime. So to eat good food at lunch and healthy. Pizza's not bad, but
everything in moderation. I like pizza just as much as the next person,
so
but all in moderation.
We just got to be careful of what we eat and how much of it.
Yes.
Very good. So are there anything else that you'd like to add today with regard to the health services or any of the programs that you offer, or any just a direct message to the staff and the students here at Mount Vernon Township High School?
If anyone ever has questions, please feel free to ask us. We're always willing to share health and nutrition information, or just health information in general. There's so many different diseases that it's hard to keep up on.
Right.
So we're always an open book.
Yeah. Play it safe, but don't overreact.
Absolutely.
Very good. Well, ladies and gentlemen and students, this is Mrs. Abby Gregg, our school nurse. And so, Abby, thank you so much for being
Thank you,
here
sir.
today and sharing with us. And keep those hands washed.
Absolutely.
And stay healthy, MVTHS. Go Rams.